Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It is a busy weekend on Rocky Top, hosting several targets from the transfer portal. Made a video earlier this morning and talked about the defensive line. They're hosting 3 guys. If you missed that video, go back and give it a watch. But they also missed some guys on that defensive line. And the same could be said for the wide receiver room, right? We've talked about Nye Carr, who ultimately chose to stay at Miami. We've talked about Trayshawn Hurry, a guy that committed to Louisville before he ever even made it to Tennessee. Before he ever even took that visit, he had already committed to Louisville. Star Thomas tweeted out earlier talking about Cal wide receiver Jonathan Brady and how he was in the portal. I've not seen much traction around his name. Those are the guys that we've missed, or there's just not really been any news there. Probably the number one priority now for me, Keelan Merriam. We've talked a lot about him. The wide receiver from BYU, 6 foot, 195 pounds. He's a one-and-done guy. He's a business trip. He's got 1 year of eligibility remaining. He spent 2 seasons at Connecticut, then came to BYU, where in 2 seasons had 44 receptions, 562 yards, and a touchdown. But special teams, right? That's the selling point for Keelan Merriam is special teams. 18 kickoff returns, 472 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, Pete Nakos put out an update, said he's coming off of trips to Arizona State, SMU, and arriving at Miami on Friday. And then Merriam is scheduled to arrive in Knoxville tomorrow on Saturday. Now, when we talk about wide receivers, we talk about the guys that we've missed. We've still got a shot at Keelan Merriam. The top-ranked available wide receiver in the transfer portal is being recruited by Tennessee. He is supposed to be on campus. We're going to talk about him, and we're going to talk about another target that we have not mentioned yet. But first, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff. You know the deal. Smash the thumbs up below the video. Quick, free, easy, helps the channel. I would appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network, where we don't pretend to be experts. We don't pretend to be insiders. All we are is exactly what you guys are, and that is fans of Tennessee football. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications so you don't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We're live on Sunday at 6:30. We play EA Sports College Football, but we talk all things Tennessee football. So join us Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Also, if you like what we do, read the scroll across the bottom, click that join button down below. You can become a member of the channel. Just $1 a month. We would appreciate the support, but let's get on to the news. You can see the tweet from Pete Nakos. Georgia State wide receiver Ted Hurst is entering the portal, his reps tell On3 Sports. The second team all Sun Belt selection finished with 56 catches for 961 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2024. Immediately becomes one of the top available wide receivers. Now, you see Georgia State, you don't think much of it, right? You don't think much of it, but the more I dig into this, the more I look at it, Tennessee needs to add one wide receiver. I thought that wide receiver was Keelan Merriam. Maybe it's Ted Hurst. He was unranked coming out of high school, but now listed as a 4-star in the portal. He is the top-ranked available wide receiver according to 247 Sports and the number 2 overall ranked player that is currently available. He spent 2 seasons at Valdosta State in Division II before transferring to Georgia State. Played in all 12 games last season, led the team with 56 receptions for 961 yards, set the school single-season record for receiving touchdowns with 9, had a game-winning touchdown reception in their upset win over Vanderbilt, had 4 games where he went over 100 yards receiving, including his career-high 173 receiving yards against Butch Jones and Arkansas State. Brick by brick, a good 63 effort. Now, 247 Sports put this out. Said Hurst deciding yesterday to leave Georgia State added another high-end talent to the portal. One Power 4 general manager said he views Hurst as being talented enough to start and be an impact player for a playoff-level team. The 6'3", 185-pound Hurst had 56 catches, 961 yards, and 9 touchdowns last year, is expected to end up garnering a 7-figure deal. So that brings me back to the conversation we had in this morning's video when we're talking about the defensive line. You look at, the fact that you lost Nico. Nico was making over $2 million, set to make over $2 million this upcoming season. So how much money are you willing to spend for a wide receiver? We know we need a guy in the room. You're evaluating all the guys that we've talked about. Ted Hurst listed as the best available. How much are you willing to spend? How much of that Nico $2 million did you spend to get Joey Aguilar to Tennessee? How much of that $2 million are you using to get a defensive lineman to Tennessee? How much is available in the budget? You know, it's easy to sit and say, well, we're out of money. We're out of money. We see Jacoby Thomas hit the portal. Are we out of money, or are we making a business decision? You want X amount of money? I don't think you're worth X amount of money, so we're not going to give it to you. Now, as I mentioned in the video this morning, Jacoby Thomas still has a path to return to Tennessee. Maybe he understands he's not worth that money. But again, how much are you willing to spend? When you look at Ted Hurst, you look at 1 year at Georgia State, you look at the numbers. Top available wide receiver in the portal. Second best available player overall in the portal. Could garner up to a 7-figure deal. Is Ted Hurst worth 7 figures? Pete Nako's put out an update. Said Tennessee is working to get in the mix here for Georgia State wide receiver Ted Hurst. He's also considering Miami, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Texas A&M, Texas, Texas Tech, Washington, and Penn State. Sources have told On 3. A lot of schools there that could be willing to spend money. Is Tennessee willing to spend money on the best available wide receiver in the portal? How would you feel about the wide receiver room if you add Ted Hurst? Again, a lot of young, talented, unproven guys. Where would Ted Hurst fit in with that? There's another wide receiver that I want to talk about that we have not mentioned yet on this channel, and again, scheduled to visit with Tennessee. Again, busy weekend for Tennessee, hosting several defensive linemen, hosting several wide receivers, but this is a guy that we've not talked about yet. NCAA transfer portal from Rivals.com, former McNeese State wide receiver Jer'Michael Carter has visits set to Baylor, Utah, Oklahoma, and now Vanderbilt and Tennessee. His agent tells Rivals Friedman 6'4", 190-pound Carter had 37 catches, 537 yards, and 3 touchdowns a season ago. Again, just a guy that we've not talked about, 6'4", 184. Another guy that was unranked coming out of high school, but now listed as a 3-star in the portal. He's got 2 years of eligibility remaining. 247 Sports has him as the 9th best wide receiver in the portal. If you go to his Twitter, you can scroll down. You can see the balls offered on Wednesday of this week. Some of the other offers he's gotten from Utah, Vanderbilt, Baylor, Colorado State, Connecticut, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Virginia Tech. Played in just 4 games as a true freshman in 2023. Had 3 catches for 56 yards. Last season as a redshirt freshman, 37 catches, 537 yards, 3 touchdowns. Already taken visits to Baylor, Utah. Going to be at Oklahoma this weekend. And then he's supposed to visit Tennessee on Monday. Now, I was reading an article over at Sooner Scoop at On 3. They said that Oklahoma wants to shut down his recruitment this weekend. They want to get it done. And again, going back to the kid that committed to Louisville, never even made the trip. Trayshawn Hurry never even made the trip to Tennessee, commits to Louisville before he takes that visit. And then now that's what Oklahoma wants to do with Jer'Michael Carter. Said they've got a dinner set up with their starting quarterback, also have an attractive offer on the table for Jer'Michael Carter. So does he make that trip? Does he end up making the trip to Tennessee on Monday? Let's talk about this overall spring window. You look at the chaos that happened, of course, with Nico. That's where all eyes are. That's what everybody is talking about. But I think if you go get Keelan Marion from BYU or you go get Ted Hurst from Georgia State, I think that's a win. When you look at what was available in the spring portal, I think that is a win at the wide receiver position, either one of those guys. I think you just need to add a body with the defensive line. Again, if you missed the video this morning, go back, give it a watch. I think you land one of those 3 guys, a couple I kind of favor in there. You can go watch it. But you add a guy there. Let Joey Aguilar, Jake Merklinger go out, battle it out this fall, and let's roll. And I get it. It's not ideal to lose your starting quarterback a day before the spring game. But Vegas is right. Vegas moved the over-under win total from 9.5 to 8.5. That tells me that they think this is still a pretty good football team. That tells me that they think Nico is worth a game. And I see some of the comments. Some people are ready to burn this program to the ground. Others say that they've got confidence in this team. They've got confidence in this defense. They've got confidence in the running game. I think we're going to be all right. I think Tennessee did okay in the spring portal. Again, it's not ideal to lose your starting quarterback the day before the spring game, but I think this football team still has a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent on defense. They got a lot of talent on offense. They've got weapons on offense. Yes, they are unproven, but I think we could see Mike Matthews show up, show out, ball out. I think Braylon Staley, Chris Brazzell. The question is, what does the quarterback position look like? Are we rolling with Joey Aguilar? Are we rolling with Jake Merklinger? Man, there was a lot of hype, a lot of buzz. Everybody talking about Jake, how he had a great spring. Now some people are ready to burn the program to the ground. I wanted to jump on and make a second video because Tennessee is targeting the top-ranked wide receiver in the portal. Pete Nako's putting out those updates this morning. I wanted to jump on. I wanted to talk about it, and now I want you to talk about it. Jump in the comment section. Let's discuss it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link is in the description below. We got a shirt that says Buck Fama. We got a shirt that says FUGA. We also have less offensive shirts. We got Beat Florida, Beat Georgia, Beat Bama. We got Balls by Fitty. We got Nike themed merchandise. We've got golf polos, quarter zips, whatever you want. bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. As always, shout out to the members. You are the reason we get to do this every single day. You want to help support, hit that join button down below. You can do that for just $1 a month. If not, smash the thumbs up because it's quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.